lovely welcome. I forgot I'd done all those things. Right. I was a bit worried that I'd be a bit political, and then I got here and I thought, it'll be fine. Miliband's dad was a Marxist. Cameron's in bed with Mao. Nicked egg stole my school lunch. Madam Osborne will see you now. I'm knitting the Führer a jumper to keep him warm this winter. It features a dying badger and the slogan made in China. Just to get warmed up. Too kind. Okay. Give myself a bit. There we go. Okay. Yeah, my name is Vince Laws. I'm a poet, artist, activist, whatever. And this is kind of my introduction poem. My name is Vincent. My name is Vincent, and I like it, and I am a poem. I am what I am, and what I am needs no excuses. I know why miracles come wrapped up in blankets, why black cats lead babies deep into roses, why mothers get stitched up inside each of us, why the small, frayed knot in my guts is so dangerous. I know why coins get stolen from purses, why shoplifted chocolate tastes better than board, why water pours out of a Wellington boot, how many fingers you need to salute. I have been dirty underpants, burnt custard, lipstick on piano keys, a held breath, a rolling pin, a bamboo cane, a red hot poker, a clean handkerchief, a blossoming lotus. I've been a closet, a wardrobe, an antique armoire, a ticked box, a pink pound, a funding opportunity. I've been a personal ad, a knock at the door, a bottle of poppers, a piss in the sink. I've been a beano under the sofa, a spit and polished toe cap, a mug of Earl Grey, a spare toothbrush, a single bed, a double, a super king sized. I've been a mouse trapped, a milk bottle tapped on a Formica top, a husk, a shell, a sponge, a bird set free. I'm coming out, I want the world to know. I've been a letter, a phone call, a conversation. I've been a painting. I've been fish and chips on the beach with champagne, an unexpected bouquet, a bright red scooter, a storm that swept in from the sea, a black dog under a duvet, a caged canary, a tweet. I've been a chemical session, a slingback, a big fat line of Charlie, a red neckerchief, an avalanche, an intake of breath. I've been a whisk in the kitchen, a rainbow sky, a chocolate cake, the proverbial bus, a return ticket, a front seat, a silent poem. I've been the love that dare not speak its name, and I've been the love that dare not shut up. My name is Vincent, and I like it, and I am a poem. Thank you. You're going to have a raffle next week. I'm not going to talk about the tickets, because we're going to yet. But I'm going to donate you this lovely etching. I made an etching, actually. So there's only about 6 or 7 of these. And this is a character called Lily Livered. All minx stole manners and no knickers morals. A string of insecurities hid beneath her chins. She would pick on those too ugly to pick quarrels, and knocked back hecklers as she knocked back gins. She wore more makeup than a slapstick of clowns and would tattoo lipstick kisses onto everybody's glass. She hid her S&M tendencies under M&S gowns, while she rammed innuendos roughly up their ass. A timid chicken was verbally spit roasted, an elderly cock firmly put in place. Feathers were ruffled by this hen-pecking hostess, and woe betide the public, offended by her taste. If you want PC, you can fuck off to church. She had the bottle to do battle, if not the repartee. But insult led to injury as drink led to worse. Now she's back in my closet, and I've thrown away the key. So she sits knitting niceties for HIV charities. She crochets apologies for the low self-esteem. She wears the unsequent consequences of her inadequacies. She's in mourning, noon and night. She's my inner drag queen. Thank you very much. I had a difficult childhood, nothing to do with the Pope. So this is called Crash. No one can blame you, Gladys, because you are dead. You were driving up the A1 on Christmas Eve, 1962, to see your mother. You were killed instantly. He was crippled for life. I was fucked. Me, a miraculously unscathed baby boy. Saved by swaddling car rugs, haloed by splintered glass, laid in a mangle and found on a Christmas morning. No one can blame you, Gladys, because you are dead. Perhaps you would have been a traumatic mother too, forcing French verbs into me until I vomited them up on the garage floor, waiting for the cripple to come home and beat me. Or telling me the reason we never go anywhere or do anything with our dull, hungry, unheated lives is because I am so naughty. Or threatening to smash a milk bottle into the kitchen cupboard corner and drive the shattered wreckage into my face as a warning. No one can blame you, Gladys, because you are dead. I adopted a new mother at 8. I'll blame her instead. Thank you. I have a dog called Badger. And when Badger was 3 months old, that was the first time he ever saw rabbits. Before then he knew about rabbits, because he knew about rabbits, but so this is the first time he ever saw them. My Father's Day gift. I took the dog for a walk, feeling a touch sorry for myself. Father's Day sun was touching the downs, and no one had said a word that much mattered. But then Badger saw rabbits today, for the very first time. He knows the burrows they bore, the warmed hollows where they sit. He's chased their scent and he's tasted their shit. But Badger saw rabbits today, for the very first time, and they didn't scare him a bit. He flew for one dead ahead along the mown alley, and like skittles from bowls they scattered. A beaded curtain of bunnies parted from left and to right until he finally fell from flight and grabbed at empty ankles where nettles, thistles and brambles now hid their hairy inhabits. Breathless he lay, gasping in the last of the light of the day. And as nature took her curtain call across the valley where White Hawk Estate lies like a lake of earthy hues, I looked, certain of no more than views, to be treated to a comic encore as Foxy Loxy sticks his head up, not 20 yards or more. And I look at this fox and I think to myself, my God, mate, you are a handsome fox. You are a fuck-off fox. And this fox turns to me with a look that says it all. I am. Later, as we recall to the near enough same spot, 3 middle-aged shoppers are wandering home and delight in Badger's play. It's all I can do to stop myself saying, for the very first time, Badger saw rabbits today. Across the road to the home run, and I'm already elated when a sunset's created, and I'm elevated evermore. A sunset that doesn't even begin to dim against a compost heap and an upturned chair. A sunset that can safely sink behind the chain-link fence that keeps its public at bay. A sunset that won't be outdone yet, then grudgingly gives way. Because for the first time, the very first time, Badger saw rabbits. My God, mate, what a fuck-off Father's Day. Thank you. This is my mental helmet. It was commissioned by Nottingham City Arts. They were looking for people who had dealt with mental health problems and who had made a visual representation of them. In fact, I hadn't made it at that point, but I suggested to them that sometimes it can be like wearing a crush helmet. And so this is that poem. My mental helmet is safer, darker, heavier, harder to communicate. Here I am alone, protected, isolated, insulated from the throng, crying in car parks, round and round, ripples like a goldfish ball, but you can't sleep when you think about it. My mental helmet is safer, darker, heavier, harder to communicate. Here I am alone, protected, isolated, insulated from the throng, crying in car parks, round and round, ripples like a goldfish ball, but you can't sleep when you think about it. My mental helmet is safer, darker, heavier, harder to communicate. Here I am alone, protected, isolated, insulated from the throng, crying in car parks round and round, ripples in a goldfish bowl, but you can't sleep when you think about it. Thank you. Something very nice has just happened. The title gives it away, I think. This is almost a sonnet. And it's called, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. He moves in tomorrow. Yes. I'm sick of STIs and queer diseases. Monogamous. First time in 14 years. First date, I covered his cream sofa so the dog could watch Match of the Day. Result. Week by week, he moved in furniture. Last week, a folded mattress strapped to the roof. Yesterday, we took a carload to the tip. Today, he bought a bathroom cabinet. I've let in Moroccan rose joss sticks, but I choked on his potpourri, so I hid it. He's wrapped around the dog's little finger. I fit him like a glove. We're compromised. Unwrapped fish and chips. Sheringham Beach, followed by a dog who likes cod and a flash of seagulls. Home through a bruised peach sky. Thank you. So, I don't know how to break this good news to you, but Maggie Thatcher's dead. Hey! I know, it's bad taste, I know, sorry. But, you know, when she did die, and then we had all
What's
that...
the bag always about?
Get her again!
I was going to say the good news is she's still dead. But I won't. But when she died, and there was all that stuff where it was just 24/7, whichever way you thought about it, I decided I had to do something to turn my anger into humor. So, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time on the stage anywhere, I give you Maggie Thatcher Draft Excluder. And she keeps out drafts in my house. She's very useful. I know her hair's a bit of a mess, but the spaniel came over and he does her hair for her. That's what it's like in hell, you know. And the last place she'd want to be here is at a queer kind of spoken word night, so that's why we brought her. So, that's Maggie Thatcher. So I know that she would be very thrilled if I was to link that to capitalism in some way. And I do have poetry books to sell at £5 each, so come and see me. And I have written to David Cameron, and if he can find me a suitable sweatshop, obviously we'll get them mass-produced. She'd love that. I know she will. So I'm going to finish with a last poem, and this is a poem that I wrote for World AIDS Day. And I haven't got this framed yet, but this is a little piece to go in the 100 Artists for World AIDS Day event, which is on at the Dome from the 1st to the 8th, I think, of December. Well, I think it is. And obviously it's a really nice event down at the Dome. You can go and see at least 100 artists and their work and whatever. So this is a poem called Human, which I wrote for World AIDS Day. Human immunodeficiency virus, HIV. Human, first and foremost. A maker of mistakes. The mistake I made was to fall in love. Make sure it doesn't happen to you. I is immunodeficient. I catch more germs than most. Of course, I prefer to think germs think me such a fuck-off, fabulous host. V is for virus. It contains both I and us. We're all human, first and foremost, and in the end, all dust. Thank you very much. Fabulous audience.